know we in Ottawa tonight, man.
Yeah, no.
Don't fuck up the show, man.
Now I saw there was a little bit of trouble coming down. I saw the boy damn pulled you over. Do you want to explain a little bit of that, or?
Yeah, that was. My boy was just trying to like go too fast, bro.
Oh, you're trying to make it here quick.
But we even got pulled over in Montreal like after the show. Like we're in a bad area, just driving by, and cops just like, fuck, they fucking crazy, bro. They try to like take our IDs, take pictures of us,
Jesus.
They're crazy.
So everyone's all
yeah,
good.
we're all good. We're all down here right now, so
yeah.
You guys will see us tonight.
So the first time I really heard you was when you were on the track riding with I think MK and Homie.
Yeah.
And the intro to that song really made me gravitate towards your music. And man, like I'm really glad to have you in studio. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
I know your parents are Haitian and Mexican. Is there any musical background in the family? Because I know when I watched the interview a few months ago, you kind of you picked up rapping for fun. But was there anybody in the family that it inspired you in a sense?
No one really no one in my family was into that. I just kind of picked it up like randomly. So
I did do some homework, and I went back to your early tracks, Garden Bitch, 9 on Me, real bangers. But what I did notice when ATTR was released, A Tape to Remember, what I think that would end up being one of your classics. That's just my opinion.
Thanks.
But I noticed there was a slight switch in style, in a sense that you were a little bit more hard and vocal on the 9 on Me beat and Garden Bitch, as opposed to when you're rapping on ATR, it's more slick. It's slick talk. I love those one-off bars. Like one of them, I believe, off the top of my head is gave my Lord 9 and he offed it. Like those clever, quick bars like that. I think that really gets people going. So what made you shift to that style? And tell me a little bit about your writing process.
Well, it's just like, well, the growth, it's like you start feeling different. It's like, a lot's changed too since Garden Bitch. So it's like, it's just like, I don't know, it just comes organic, You
kind of did a check. You're like, okay, so this is what's popping right now, and that's why you made the switch. I was watching one of your Instagram stories a little bit after, let's say, ATTR was released, and a lot of people are releasing music. I saw you release your track, you let it do its work, it bubbled, it simmered, it was popping. And then I saw you riding around playing some beats in the car that were tucked from Take Heath and whatnot. Yeah. I remember that snap. That was a long couple snaps, but I was paying attention. So when can the B.O.B. fan base expect those tracks? What plans do you have for them?
So that's obviously gonna be on my tape. But I'm just soon gonna drop my tape. But
do we have any a time frame? You give me a little bit of time frame for the B.O.B. fans, maybe, so they can get ready. Is it going to be on the cusp of summer and popping, or do you have a specific date? Like when do you think? When are you feeling, Mr. Smiley?
Summertime. I'm feeling that summer shit.
Okay, so we can probably expect it around.
Might
June.
come earlier.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough. I need to bring up the track you did with MK. Maybe at the show tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping you might have stopped by, but you can't win them all. But oh my God, I gotta address the track you did with him, TBA.
Yeah, banger, super banger.
I think that might have been the banger of the winter. Like I literally loved it. Can you tell me about how that was chefed up? Bro. And how you put that together? Because man,
that was all MK and like our team and shit. But it's like I wasn't supposed to be on that song at first, So then whatever, they just put me on it, and it was crazy. It was a banger. So
yeah, feeling like Trump with these polys. Oh my God, when you came on at the end, that was the cherry on top. Because damn, oh my God, it just was I feel like it was the perfect adding to the song, and that was honestly one of my favorite songs by you, to be honest. Not to fan out here, but that was probably definitely one of my favorite joints on that track. I gotta address some stuff, the lyrics, some of your lyric choices, and I just have some questions to ask, because I know your numbers are doing numbers, and in the song So Stupid, you say, my fans keep telling me to chill and just work on my music.
Yeah.
But I can't. So now that the numbers are doing numbers, are you taking that advice? Because you're about to, in my humble opinion, you're about to blow.
Yeah, respect really. You know, full music.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing nothing else, just music. You know, so.
100%. So you're focused in, ready
Yeah,
to go.
yeah.
That's good to hear, man. Because anyone who knows anything about music, like one of my boy Peso here, he's been in. I've known him since high school. We real recognize real, and we know. I know when someone's gonna pop off, and I think you're about to. Now, bringing that around, I know you've been getting quite a bit of assistance through OVO, and you've been lent or you've been able to use Noah's studio, and that's been that's been a big help. But as fans and people around the fan base that are wondering that they know you might be you're pretty affiliated and close to Noah, and sometimes Drake. I feel like you hung out with him a few times, and as a fan, I want to know if there could be a Drake verse in the works, or that has been talked, because when I see Drake, in my humble opinion, giving verses, to yeah, it's hot in here, man. Oh, it's summer. Spring is here. Spring has sprung, as they said. But it is in my humble opinion, when I see Drake give out one-off verses to Block Boy JB, which is, I think he's a great artist, but when he talks about helping the city, I just feel like you deserve a verse so bad. So I'll get to the question. Can we expect a Drake verse in the future?
You know, that's possible still, but you know, just see, like, time will tell. Like,
Time will tell.
yeah.
Because I know, like, he's flirting with the idea, because he's singing your songs in Instagram videos. He's using your quotes for Instagram captions. I'm paying attention. I see all that. So one sits there as a fan and just wonders, because you got to know that's gonna expedite your career and just. Because as you know, Block Boy JB's price went quite up after that Look Alive song. So as a fan and like as someone that wants to see you do so well, I'm very curious when that's gonna come down into the works for sure. So you're gonna be a little bit more quiet on that. You might know something that I don't. So these guys are like, this man doesn't know. This time will come. Okay, fair enough. Okay, that's one thing that I really wanted to know myself. Now let's fast forward. I was watching that interview with We Love Hip Hop, and you were saying the police were raiding the traps and singing your songs, and I just would like a little bit more clarification on that, because someone who's not exactly cut from that cloth, that's a very attractive verse, and I want to know about it. So if you could tell us a little bit about that.
Like, you know, well, like, right before, like, we dropped my first song, actually, was, like, Too Much, you know? And, like, whatever, we generated our buzz from there, like, you know, we're hot those times, like, you know? I was in a lot of Toronto rappers those times, and then, you know, I was just, super, like, just trapping, you know? And then the police just investigated us and whatever, they kicked our traps, and they just seen, like, all the rappers, like, you know?
Yeah.
So then they just, like, making jokes, singing the songs and shit.
I remember in June you released Body, and there's a lyric that rings off to me just because, in the sense that I feel like it rang true, and I was wondering if there was more behind that lyric. Because in June last year, June 28th, the city was bubbling. Toronto, there were so many artists releasing singles. Come Outside came out. You had some fire tracks, but you said I'm the last man standing. It feels like 5-0 trying to take all the man down. Is that behind the fact that you feel like the police is definitely pressuring all Toronto rappers?
Not necessarily. Like, yeah, I do see that, like, you know, what happened in K-Money, Casper, and all that. Yeah. But it's like, I was, like, talking more of, like, my surroundings and, like, you know, the gang and shit. So, like, you know, they're locking up all my friends, and it's like...
Yeah. So it's overwhelming, and okay, so that did ring true. So let's get into some more fun stuff. You've been bubbling, and I want to ask, since you've gotten a lot more notoriety, what's the best perk you've gotten used to of this new life you're getting used to? What's the best perk? What's something that Smiley enjoys that comes with this new life?
Like,
there goes the Henny, but we're all good. Keep rolling. It's all good. So yeah, so please tell me something that you're enjoying.
Like, honestly, I'm enjoying just going like city to city and stuff. Like meeting new people and like it's just like I'm enjoying everything. To be honest, no cap.
No cap, definitely no cap. Yo, I saw those videos. I know you came off tour in Paris, and you had a city to city tour there. So what city really rang off to you in a sense that it was you had the best time?
Obviously Toronto, but
Yeah, good answer, smart answer. Okay.
but like fucking London was crazy too. Like and France was actually like I was surprised, cause like they speak French and shit, but like some of them knew like my songs and stuff.
Yeah,
and, like,
So you were surprised with how many
I
people...
speak French too, so I was talking to them French.
Okay, that comes from the Haitian in your family. Fair enough. So definitely Paris, you're surprised to see people who pulled up, and it's nice to see obviously as you're growing organically and things are going so well for you. So let's reverse the question here, and let me ask you this. What's the most annoying thing that you've had to start dealing with since you've gotten big?
Honestly, like, fucking, really, not really nothing. Like, it's all like.
You're enjoying most of the experience. Is there any like headaches that you didn't foresee that? Damn, this is annoying. Like from city to city, it's just a little niche that's been like a thorn at your side, if you will.
Like sometimes it just like this time was actually crazy. Like. Like holy, like I had 3 shows back to back, so it's like, that was like right now, like, I want to go back home, see my daughter and stuff, like the longest I've been away, so.
So being away from your daughter.
Yeah, just like, I feel like, I miss the city, but I don't know.
It's necessary in a sense that you need to go out and do these tours.
Yeah.
Was this your longest tour?
Like, it's not, I'm not even starting my tour yet, like, okay, right so now it's like, I'm just spots. Like, right now, I haven't even done anything in so long. Like, all this is just like from like old shit. Like, the Drake video now. So it's like, but I haven't really dropped anything. Like, I'm just working on my new shit.
So you're preparing for that drop sometime in the summer. We don't know yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Okay, a little bit of a tough question here. Not a tough question, but besides all the obvious artists such as Drake, The Weeknd, Nav, and Tory Lanez. Could you name who you're listening to between 1 and 4 right now from Toronto? Like, what is Smiley? Who does Smiley listen to when he hops in the whip?
Like, what do you mean by like any artist?
Yeah, any artist in Toronto. Like, who are you bumping from Toronto that you also like their music? And it could be outside. Let's just say anything. Like, what is Smiley bumping?
Okay, bumping a lot of like local city, like
I do like his new tracks.
Fucking Lost Gang doing their thing,
Yeah. Pressa is going very hard right now.
Who else? Fucking there's a lot of good Toronto artists, Yeah. So like I listen to a lot of I actually only listen to like Toronto music, So
it's funny you say that because I found. Since 2016, I actually moved to Toronto from 2015 to 2017. I went to school there. I got my broadcast degree, and I think there's an argument to be had that the Toronto rap scene might be in the top 4 in North America, including US. That means
the
city, like the music coming out of the city right now, including yourself. We have Pressa right now. Tory's already popped off. Nav's made it. In a sense, it's just. Everyone is doing so well. So, let me rope back around to me wanting you to see me wanting you to have that Drake verse, so you can be up there with those guys too.
Yeah.
We're just wondering when could that happen? And as I said, we want you to do so well. So I definitely think there's an argument to be had that Toronto could be in the top 3 of cities in North America. What do you have to say about that? Do you think it's true?
I agree. So like at first, it was all like Chicago, everything, but
2009 to 2012. That's all. I was like a 14-year-old kid, just in front, like just fascinated with Chicago. Yeah. You're right, but there's been a shift, and
now it's like all eyes on the city. So it's like right now, it has to happen right now before it's too late.
That's right. No, I know. I mean, it's about time, right? Like that's why I want to just see the bigger heads at the top. Like let's have Nav throw you on a verse on the mixtape. Like no, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but as a fan, I want to see it. I want to see you take off, and I know it's gonna happen organically, no matter what.
Yeah.
So
do the Raptors win the championship or what?
you think the Raptors are gonna win the championship?
Honestly, I haven't been tuned into NBA, but you know, I hope they do. Like,
Yeah. Have you followed a bit of March Madness as it was going on, or
I haven't.
just been good? This so that
Actually, I was watching. I was in jail when March Madness was going on. So
no way.
I had nothing else to do.
So when did that? What? Tell us a little bit about that. So was that recent?
Last year.
Okay.
You know?
So you're watching some ball on range.
Right now, like these times, I was fucking inside. So.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm glad to see you out 1,000%. And then let me ask you. Let's. I picked out some of my favorite lyrics and just had to. I'm a big fan myself. It's a little section of the interview. We'll say, explain the lyric. So here you go. I'll say it, and you can just give me your thoughts on it. Okay. So OLN, the label. When we chill, no cable.
Can you give us a little?
I was like, you know, it's fuck. The bar just explains itself. Like I can't.
It does. It's very self-explanatory. Like I get it. I just want to hear from the horse's mouth. You know. All right. We'll move to the next one. My favorite one off the ATTR track. This one blew me off my socks, man. I'm probably annoying. I beat them. I ain't joining. Like those clever little lines is what I think like is really gonna once people really start to fixate on you, and that's why I think Drake could do wonders. And I know he is, and I know Noah and you he's helping you to use the studio. So there's already some legwork, but. As I said, as a fan, we want to hear that banger. We're being selfish. You want that sound. We want that to go off, man. Growing up, I know you're a big fan of the Carter 3.
Yeah.
What songs off that did inspired you to rap?
It didn't really inspire me to rap, but I was just like bumping it. Back then, I wasn't really think I'm gonna rap, you know, but I was just listening to like Carter, Mr. Carter.
Yep.
That one's banger.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So. That song, Double Dutch.
You can't even fly, you bitch.
Oh man, that's off the rip. I'm like, this is a gym song. I'm ready to go. Let's go. I'm downloading. I put it on the iPod. I headed to the gym. Oh my god. I'm also a huge Boogs fan. What was the A&R there, and how did you guys chop up that track? Because I think that's one of the Slap Pina went hard.
Yeah.
I really love. It's 30 degrees, I want to trap today. Like, yeah, baby. You know what I mean? Like, those things just, they ring off. So, tell me how you decided to put Boogs on the track, and that track was flawless.
You know, at that time, I super, like, fucked with Boogs. Like, you know, I thought he was, like,
Black Challenger and whatnot.
Hard, you know?
Knew.
So, like, I went to, like, the same studio as him, and then... You know, the guy, his engineer, like, you know, I told him to just holler at him for me, you know? And he pulled up one time to my session, and, you know, we just laid down, like, 2 tracks quick, you know? And
so you guys were together when you saw stuff to track?
Yeah, so, you know, that was just, like, super organic, too. And I even have another track, like, I didn't release yet.
With Boogs?
Yeah, and then, you know, after that, he sent me a track for his album, you know? But, I don't know, he hasn't dropped his album, so... He gave it to 6
Father Figure, correct?
Yeah, he gave it to 6 Buzz. That's swap, you know.
Okay, so is 6 Buzz gonna release Boogs' album? Is that what you're?
No. I'm saying like the song that Boogs sent to me, he was gonna use it for his album, but since like he delayed his album, you know. So
he was saying.
He gave it to 6 Buzz. So.
That fair enough, because man, that I just really liked your chemistry with him, and I definitely want to see him.
I have another track with him coming on the new 6 Buzz tape. So.
What's the song? Can you got a song title maybe?
Fuck yo, honestly, I forgot what it's called because it's all references.
I'm trying to get an exclusive here.
I call it all references. You know, it's all references. So
yeah.
Fuck.
No worries.
I don't have to call it something.
No worries, maybe hit me on the DM. I'll drop a little sauce. Let the people know for sure. I definitely looking forward to that one 1,000%. Oh, you busy man. Is it, so the phone's blowing up. You got a lot. Let's rope around to. I don't want to. One of your infamous lyrics. I don't want to sign to no label. Has there been any talks of maybe signing to OVO, or if you had to sign to a label? I know you're very anti-label, so I know that. If you had to choose one, which one would you pick?
Well, honestly, like, you know,
because the word must be around the industry. This one's good. This one's not. So which one would you gravitate towards, or maybe it's OVO with Noah and you know, with them?
Honestly, like, fuck, I don't know yet, you know, but yeah, obviously, like, OVO, like, you know, they've been showing love and shit. And
that springboard that could take you there, right? Definitely.
You know, quality control is pretty sick too, you know?
Okay, yeah.
The label's crazy, so.
Who's, let's talk about American artists. Who do you like to bump in? I know you said you exclusively almost listen to Toronto musicians, but there must be a few that like I know Lil Baby was going hard, but like what's a sound that you like or are fond of?
Yeah, like Offset, Lil Baby, you know, they're going hard. Fucking Gunna too, like his new album.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're hard. So
yeah, you Kodak? You like Kodak?
Yeah, I like Kodak though. He's sick too.
Painting pictures was hard. I'm not too sure about his newer stuff, but that was definitely hard.
I know his newer stuff's like still bangers, but it's like
it's not as raw. Like, when Skrilla came out, I watched it at 1 million views. That has 116 million views now. Like that's what made me gravitate towards you. I'm like, wow, this kid's raw too. Like that body video, man, it was very simplistic, but in simplicity there's beauty, and that's why it's so raw. It's just you, bottle of Henny, and you just rocking it, you know. Like I gave that lawyer line. He's like, I got a case in a drop quit, and I can remember. I'm a little less nervous. I got a case in a drop quit. I gave my lawyer 10, and he offed it. I was jumping around when I heard that. I was like, yo, come check this out. I was telling Peso, yo, you gotta hear this track, bro. I approve of everything that you put out. I think you can't miss right now, and I just what's the time? The OVO New Year's party. I know. I have to. How was that? Any what is it? Memorable moments.
Oh, girls.
Yeah, was it nice? Can you tell the little people what it's like in there? Okay, let me just.
You know, it's just like it's the same thing, but it's just the celebrities. You know?
Yeah. Just like you turn up with your friends, just there. You turn around and there's Jake. Okay, fair enough. Well, that must have been a big thing for you to attend.
Yeah, that was
Did you behave?
Honestly, fuck. I got like, you know, I didn't even enjoy my night, to be honest.
Tell me about it, please. Give me a.
Like, whatever. So, you know, I was drinking too much, and then my managers just got me out of the spot.
Yeah. You were getting a little turned. Was it a little bit of Tiger getting pulled out of Floyd Mayweather's party? Was it a little bit like that? Okay,
Tiger?
Tiger? Oh my God, jeez Louise. I don't want to.
Nah, it wasn't like that. So, but I was just like, you know, I had to go because I was drunk. I was fucked up. Yeah. I wasn't doing nothing stupid, but like, you know,
the Henny?
I just had to go. So.
Yeah, 100%. When you're kind of a business party and you don't want to make the wrong.
Want to be the drunkest guy.
Yeah, I know, and that might have happened to me a few times when I was younger at that office party. And Jesus, that's not the